Congratulations, Caitlin. Were you surprised after such a dominant performance that going in, a lot of people had you as the underdog in this one?
Yes, I was like, when I first saw the odds, I was like, I looked at my husband. I'm like, did you see these odds? Because I know he sees them but doesn't say anything. And he's like, I think the odd makers just got the. He's like, they're just confused with like the last name and the last fight and stuff. And I was like, this is crazy. But it didn't like. Just I was just like, wait, this is gonna change by the time the fight comes, and it didn't. And I was like, man, I don't understand. I just assumed that the odd makers were uneducated in women's MMA and just maybe got confused.
Antonina's a very powerful girl, and obviously, people feel like working with her sister. There's got to be so much stuff that rubs off on her. What do you think is the biggest difference that people forgot between the sisters in terms of fighting them both?
I think they forgot that they're different people. They don't really have the same style at all. And Antonina's her older sister, and she's hasn't no one, not a lot of people have heard of her. I mean, she has her sister, but doesn't matter. I wasn't that didn't affect me at all. I didn't. They're two totally separate fighters, and they don't really even do a lot of the same things.
Final note on just the matchup with her. The commentary commented on this, and a lot of people that going in, there's a little bit of that feeling of getting the payback from March. Was there any of that for you? Was it just, you know what, this is a new person completely?
Yeah, I was a totally different, totally new person. It didn't matter. If anything, it was kind of like, a little annoying. Everyone's like, is this going to be revenge for against Valentina? I was like, no, revenge against Valentina would be beating her, not like her sister that's 2-1 in the UFC. So I mean, that didn't really affect me at all.
Final question for me. You mentioned it that you do, you got married, you're interested in growing your family, but there's work to be done in the flyweight division. It's still pretty open. Can you just talk about what your timeline looks like in terms of getting those fights and just your own personal priorities too?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm 31, so I just don't want to waste my time here. I want to get as many fights as I can. I'm not injured. I train all the time, and I'm ready to go. I was lucky that I fought for the title about 3 months ago, and I got to fight again, and that's what I love. I'm always ready and improving. So I just don't want long layovers. I just want to be able to fight as much as possible, and I don't care who I fight. I don't care if they're ranked above me, below me, coming off a win, a loss, whatever. Just give me anyone.
Hey, congrats, Caitlin.
Thank you.
We'll go next to James Lynch with the score.
Hey, Kaylin, congratulations on the victory. Dominant performance. You talked about being the underdog heading into the fight. Do you feel like Antonina might have overlooked you in this fight at all?
Um, Maybe I don't know. I don't. I was very very like I usually don't look at the odds because I know that they don't matter. But this one I was like, oh man. I looked at it because I was like, I'm definitely going to be a huge favorite, and I was like, wait, what does plus and minus mean? I was like, I'm confused. I'm like, I'm an underdog, but I don't know. I think with the both Antonina and Valentina, they're martial artists. I think that they don't look over anyone. I think that they just take every fight serious. And she was originally supposed to fight Cynthia, and then she pulled out, and then I said I would fight, and I think she just wanted to fight.
How much did you feed off your teammates' wins? A few weeks ago, we had Sajara Eubanks, and then we had Claudia Gadea. Like, were you feeling that heading into this fight?
Oh my God, so much, and then even just taking them coming back, like Sajara fought like, less than 2 weeks ago, and she came back and she helped me with my last sparring session before I came, which was like amazing. She just came off a 3-fight win, and she came in, gave me sparring rounds. Claudia was there. Claudia helped me cut weight and stuff, and it's kind of like our new little girl team. We kind of like over the last years kind of grown together, and now I'm like, man, this is what the guys feel like. They have like, their teammates and to help them and everything. And just the energy, I was like, damn, they both got these good wins. I was like, I got to get my win now too. So it was definitely motivating. And it was nice to have them to train, especially in these crazy times and stuff. I was like, thank God they had fights so I could have training partners.
I know you'll fight anyone, but is the winner of the Jessica I and Cynthia Calvillo fight near the top of the list? Especially if I wins, you could get that rematch back.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that fight would make sense. And they're fighting I'm not exactly sure, but I think like 2 weeks. So time wise, it would make sense. Whoever wins, if as long as they're not injured, I think we're kind of on the same path with the time wise. So I definitely think that makes sense. I love Cynthia, watching her fight at strawweight. I don't think she's fought at flyweight yet, but she's always an exciting fighter, and I've always liked watching her. So I'd love to fight her, and of course, I'd love to get a rematch with Jessica as well.
And last one for me. I know after the fights, you like having some pizza. Are all the places closed right now? We need an update here with COVID-19. Are you getting to eat some pizza after the fight?
Yeah, well, I'm in Vegas right now, so I'm like, I leave tomorrow early morning. I'm like, I'm just gonna go like on a restaurant crawl and go to every restaurant. I don't care if I eat or not, just to be able to go and sit inside of a restaurant since I won't be able to back home. But yeah, we have a case of White Claw in my fridge at my hotel room. We're gonna probably start with that and then just go to every restaurant possible.
Congratulations on the victory tonight, Katlyn.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Heidi Fang with Las Vegas Review Journal. Your line is open.
Hi, thank you. Katlyn, I was just curious, we talked about, wanting to get back as quickly as you can to, competing right there for a title. And I wanted to know for you, where you think this win puts you, and is there someone right now that is on your radar to get there?
I mean, I was ranked number 2 going into this fight. She was ranked significantly below me, so I don't think that it really changes my position as far as rankings. Just kind of another win on my record. But for me personally, I'll fight anyone. I don't care. I just want to kind of stay active. I'm not. I know a lot of fighters are like, I'm only fighting someone that will get me to the title shot, or someone that's ranked above me. But I don't care. I would prefer that, but if that means a long layover, then give me anyone. I'll just fight whoever. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so you're from Long Island, and I was wondering just your take right now on kind of like the civil unrest and what you think it'd be like, and going back, to going back to home, and just like you said, going out to the restaurants on the Strip. But right now, there's been a lot of protesters on the Strip, so I'm just curious, like, what is your take on what's happening and just everything that's going on right now?
To be honest, like I'm a fighter. I'm not like a philanthropist or anything like that, so I prefer not to really comment on that.
Okay, and there's last thing I just wanted to ask. You said you had the baby fever, so I was curious. Just when, like, are you planning to have that family, and when did the baby fever start for you?
Well, I definitely will once I start that chapter of my life. I'm gonna put the fighting behind me. Not that I won't ever. I'll train for my whole life, but when I'm done fighting, that's when I wanna start having a family with my husband. But I'm not putting a timeline on it. I'm not putting a certain amount of fights. I still have fight fever as well. So until that goes away. But in the meantime, I want to kind of let's get the ball rolling and speed it up here a little bit.
Great. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.